Jacobs, the Balance Doctor. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. Be sure to subscribe to The Kim Jacobs Show right on YouTube. Turn on your notification bell to all so you never miss a beat. And guess what? Every time you watch, you're going to receive a real relevant and relatable guest that's going to share with you a piece of the puzzle on this journey called life that will help you be able to manage just a little bit smoother. At the end of the day, the Kim Jacobs Show goal is to be able to provide balance to the world, one household at a time.
Kim Jacobs Show. You're watching Kim Jacobs Show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of the Kim Jacobs Show. We are honoring Blindness Awareness Month, and today we have some special guests that's here that live with blindness, but they are full of vision. And so you're going to be hearing from each of them and learning more about their stories, their journeys. You can ask questions throughout today's broadcast. They don't get offended at all. They want to answer your questions so that you can have a better understanding of how to approach, deal with, help, respect, assist in any way, shape, or form those that live in blindness, okay, and live and walk with blindness. So as we get started today, I do want to take just about 30 seconds. I have some more of our panel backstage. I see you, Kamille, so I'm going to go ahead and pull you in as well. But I'm going to give everybody 30 seconds to tag as many people as you can in 30 seconds to invite them into today's broadcast. I see you, Brianna. I'm glad to have you here today. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. And Kijuan, Kiwi Amey, how are you?
Hey. I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
Doing great. And Kamille, I can go ahead and pull you in right quick. All right, let me pull you in. Okay, how are you, Kamille?
I am fantastic.
Don't start singing now. Listen, y'all, we're going to have a great episode as we talk today about spreading awareness regarding, I have breast cancer. Okay, breast cancer was yesterday. So we did spread awareness about breast cancer yesterday, which is a blessing as well. So if you missed that episode, definitely go back and check it out, because we had the founder of the Black Breast Cancer Alliance group, as well as one of my friends from 757, Kishla, and she shared her personal story of overcoming and thriving as a warrior with breast cancer. So you don't want to miss that episode. It was just yesterday. So I didn't change this banner over. Here we go. Today we are bringing balance to this world today with Blindness Awareness episode. So go ahead and tag your friends and let's get this whole show started. All right, 30 seconds. Tag them now. And we are back. So we are talking today with some special guests that's going to be talking to us about their journey with blindness. And I see here, October is Blindness Awareness Month. It's a celebration that's dedicated to understanding the realities of living without sight. We could say that the main focus is to open the eyes, figuratively speaking, but literally speaking as well, to the general public about what it is like to live without being able to see. So this is also Disability Employment Awareness Month, but I want to make sure that we walk away with a better understanding of blindness today. And so if you all have your questions or your comments and words of encouragement, feel free to put them in the comments section. But I'm also going to right now put this link here in case any of you want to come on directly and talk to the panel. Let's go ahead and get started. Brianna, if you would, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you ended up becoming blind. When did this happen in your life?
Well, actually, I was born blind. I have a rare bone disorder called osteopetrosis, and that's a disorder where my bones doesn't produce enough marrow. but it also affects my eyesight. My bones are also very fragile. I've broken almost every bone in my body. And so that also affects the osteopetrosis squeezes the nerves in the face
Hmm.
and all causing them to, I guess, squeeze the can't talk today, octave nerve. So that's what caused my blindness.
Hmm. Okay, and you say you were born with blindness, so this is all you've known as far as living without sight, correct?
Yes.
And so, how, as a young person growing up, did you adapt to living without being able to see?
Well, like you said, I've been doing this all my life, so it's something that I'm just used to. And I have a really good support system. So as the little kid, I never really realized I was different because I tried to do everything the other kids did. I mean, and my parents always encouraged me to, whatever you want to do. I rode bikes, I skated, but it wasn't until I got a little older and started realizing, like, you can't do this. You're going to hurt yourself. As you get older, you realize. So that's when it got harder for me, like living with blindness. But as a young kid, I mean, I adapted. I do everything as everyone else. I dress myself, I feed myself.
Awesome. And now, and so when you say that you had the bone disease too, because that was something coupled with the blindness, that you could break bones easily. When did you discover that was the case? Was it when you were attempting to do everything that you technically wasn't able supposed to be doing?
Probably. Because I discovered that at the age of 2. I was playing with one of my cousins and fell some kind of way and hit my foot, I think on the bed, they told me. And they just noticed that like I wasn't walking right and it wasn't like something was up. And so my mom took me to the doctor and they x-rayed it and that's when they noticed my bones look a little different.
Hmm.
And they did a few, we went to a few specialists and stuff and they found out that I was diagnosed with osteopetrosis.
And osteopetrosis is when bones break easily.
Yes, my bones don't produce enough marrow, so it's
Okay.
hard and fragile.
Hmm. And so to be able to keep your, because you're not, all of your bones aren't broken now, so clearly you've learned some new strategies and techniques to be able to manage this osteoporosis that you have. So what are some things that you've done to make adjustments for this to not overtake you?
I just learned to be really careful. Like I know where everything is in my house. They
Yep.
try to keep everything relatively the same. Like my parents don't really move things because I remember. Like I go by moving, so if you move something, then that's an accident because I'm gonna bump it, and there goes a broken toe or a broken arm. So we
Interesting.
keep things, pretty much the same. Keep them out the way, and then I've just learned what I can and can't do. Don't skate, don't do crazy stuff.
You have such a lighthearted like spirit, and you can tell that you're like, hey, just don't go walking around doing stuff that you're not supposed to be doing. And you're also saying stuff like, hey, everybody in the family, be on board with me. Do not move anything right now because this is what I'm used to. So having that set pattern and that set order, when we're talking about balance, because this show is about how people are balancing different aspects of their lives, right, Brianna? So from your perspective, how important is it to really have like time management, uh, things in order, prioritize, all of those things? Anything that you want to say about balance?
That is very important. It is important to keep a balance because it just helps you to stay focused and stay, like I said, if I keep, like my room, I know where everything is. So I try to keep a balance. When I'm getting dressed, I know where, okay, the comb and brush is here. And it just helps me to move a bit faster also.
Excellent. Excellent. Listen, I am so grateful that you're here today. We're going to be talking to you a lot more throughout today's broadcast. I want to go ahead and transition over to Kijuan Kiwi Amey. How are you, Kijuan?
Hey, Kim, I'm doing pretty good. I got a request for you.
Yes.
Do you mind if I defer to Camille so that the ladies can go first?
Oh, look at you, Mr. Gentleman. I absolutely, I will be honored. And only God could continue to allow the great chivalry that exists in you in every part of your fiber, Mr. Kijuan Amey. So, Camille, if you back up a little bit from the camera,
I'm in
and
y'all's face.
even though we love your beautiful face, don't get me wrong. but I know you want your face backed up a little bit.
Just a tad.
All right, Kamille, glad to have you here today. And I know so much about you personally myself because I've had you as one of the experts. Actually, Kamille Richardson is the vision expert here on the Kim Jacobs Show. So you've already heard her many times on some Freestyle Fridays. But today we're here in honor of Blindness Awareness Month. Why is it important, in your opinion, Kamille, to educate people about blindness awareness?
It's really important to educate people about blindness because people don't know what they don't know. They only go by what they see on TV or what they've heard or what they assume. So it is our, my mission and purpose to educate them, to show them that blindness is simply a characteristic. It's what makes us unique, like the color of your hair or how the color of your eyes, something like that. It's just one characteristic about us that makes us different. So just get to know us, know that we love to live our best life just like you do. And that's really important.
That is so good. You love to live your best life, and having a life that consists of blindness being a part of that best life. What does that mean to you?
Well, like Brianna, I was also born blind. So again, I'm not new to this. I'm pretty true to this. So this has literally been my life's journey. I've also had a very supportive family. So for me, just living life with no limits really is what blindness is to me, because my family never put limitations on me. So I didn't put any limitations on myself. I live life boldly. I live life unapologetically because this is who I am. So, I want you to know this, and I'm in the room. Hey.
Oh, you are, you know what? The interesting part is, even though you can't see yourself, you are gorgeous, and Brianna is gorgeous. And so from where society puts all of this emphasis on beauty from an exterior perspective, God bless you both with that. And Kijuan, you're pretty handsome over there too, by the way. I don't want to leave you out and all. I know you're like, hey. I know I was saying that the women first, but don't forget to recognize me. So y'all are just absolutely beautiful on the inside from the spirit that you bring to the world and to the universe, but also on the outside as well. So I'm just grateful that you're here today. So living boldly and unapologetically, what does that look like for Kamille?
For Kamille, it means going out into my community, bringing awareness to the blind and visually impaired community, not being afraid to use my voice to do that. You mentioned that this month is also Disability Employment Awareness Month, and I do a lot of speaking about that when it comes to diversity and inclusion. And, we speak about that on so many fronts, but it's very rare that you speak about it when it comes to disability and employment, because it's something, again, that's not thought about. Right. So I, am here to bring a voice to that, to say, yes, we are also another marginalized community that gets overlooked and under-recognized. So that's what it looks like for me, being bold in my blindness is, hey, I'm here to show you that we are productive citizens in the world.
Wow. Very productive citizens in the world. Don't overlook them, making sure that you recognize the gifts and the talents that exist within these individuals. They are regular people just like us. They just have one thing that's slightly different. And so I just love everything that you're sharing. And I see your contact information here, Kamille Richardson, and it's ICSEE technology06@gmail.com and blindgirlvision@gmail.com. Kamille's phone number is 910-273-7244. And how do you communicate with people when they do reach out to you via email, text, stuff like that?
I do respond. I don't have a team yet, but I will soon. So it's me responding to everyone. So, if you have any questions, if you need a resource, any kind of connection, or if you want to have me come on as a speaker for your organization, whether it be about diversity and inclusion or about just, encouraging you to use your gifts and live in your vision, I'm your girl.
That's so good. That's good. And you really do inspire people to live in their vision. You do that very frequently right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. And so I definitely want to get a couple of tips from you today. Actually, I'm going to get tips from each of you on how you encourage people that may have sight or may not have sight. but to still live their best lives here on this earth. So we're going to be talking more with each of these individuals. And after this commercial break, see now, Kijuan, now you got to wait till after the commercial break.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
You were trying to, use some kindliness from a man's perspective, but then now you got to wait till after the commercial break. So right after this commercial break, we're going to come back and we're going to hear from Kiwi Amey, and I'll let him tell you he is new to a new world that's opened up for him, and I will let him reveal what that new world is when we come back. If you have questions or comments or want to invite some friends into today's broadcast, go ahead and take a moment and do that. But we are going to be learning right now about one of our episode sponsors. If you have dealt with personal injury, which Kijuan Amey's story is a story of personal injury. If you've dealt with personal injury of any sort, I encourage you to call Attorney Kenneth D. Snow at 704-358-0026. His email and their staff email is info@snowlegal.com, and let them know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you their way, and they're eager to take care of your personal injury needs. And right after this commercial break, we're going to hear from Kijuan Amey. So
I'm attorney Kenneth D. Snow, and at the Snow Legal Group, justice is our job.
For more than 20 years, Attorney Snow has been fighting for justice and winning cases in the Carolinas by providing aggressive representation in criminal defense, domestic violence, family law, serious injury, and wrongful death. If you've been injured or lost a loved one in an accident, including tractor trailer or rideshare, you need the Snow Legal Group by your side, fighting for justice and fighting for you. Visit snowlegal.com. Call 704-358-0026 for a free virtual consultation. Located at 6827 Fairview Road, Suite D in South Park.
And we are back. We are back with Kijuan Amey, Brianna Terry, and Kamille Richardson, and they're sharing their stories today here in honor of Blindness Awareness Month. So Kijuan, talk to us and tell us your story of becoming blind.
Yes. Unlike the beautiful young ladies here that I am joined with today, my story is a little more new to me. They were born that way, as you heard, and I was not. I was, as you hear on the radio, living my best life, and had a motorcycle accident May 5th, 2017 that actually caused my blindness. And as you know, before the accident, I was in the United States Air Force Reserves as an in-flight refueling specialist. That's where you refuel planes in midair. Crazy job, amazing to me, but crazy to others.
Right.
And then I had my own business called Kiwi Enterprise. That's where you get the Kiwi nickname from down there. And I did website design and management, social media marketing, as well as photography. Which actually ties into how I had my accident, because I was doing photography that day for the business. And I was on my way home to, get ready to go to work for the Air Force. And this guy pulls out in front of me, a Honda Accord pulls out in front of me. And that's pretty much all she wrote. And the way I tell that story is I had three options. I could veer right and go into the trees. I could go left and go into oncoming traffic, or do what ended up happening and hit him. So that's how I tell that story, because that's really all I had. Of course, your body doesn't, think that fast, but that's the reality of it. I didn't have much of an option, at least not a good one anyway. And a lot of people, think that motorcycles stop on a dime. And I'll give you that. It might stop on a dime, but as soon as that front wheel locks up, you're going flying away. Wow. So you turn into Superman, to say the least. So that's not a good option either, if you want to add that in there. But yeah, that is the day I became blind, May 5th, 2017, and June the 6th, 2017, which is Kamille's birthday, by the way. Is where I woke up at UNC Hospital, not seeing anything and not knowing where I am because of the traumatic brain injury, of course, and the medically induced coma that I was in, and just so lost trying to figure out where I was. I was like, what universe is this? You know, because I
Right.
had no clue where I was. I mean, granted, I was slowly coming back to myself, but from May 5th until June 6th, I don't know you. I didn't know you. I mean, you might have told me that I was, you know, reacting to you and responding, but to me, I don't know anything about it.
Mm-mm-mm.
So yeah, that's what happened to me.
And your team members from the military who were you were those are your comrades. They've been your friends. Y'all have been on some road trips and daredevil experiences together. They find out that you are hospitalized, blind, and having some really immediate traumatic turnaround in your life. What did they do?
My wingmen, oh, great guys, great gals. They were all there for me. Um, Kiwi is what they call me as well. So if you ever hear somebody yelling out Kiwi and I'm with you, and just realize it might be either Air Force member or anybody nowadays. So um, they stepped up as always. There's never a moment where we don't step up as a unit, as a family, and just as airmen. We always step up. So when it came to my mom, my grandmom, my stepdad, my family, just in general, when it came to them needing anything, they were a phone call away, literally.
Amazing.
Thankfully, I was stationed in the same state that I was living, you know, and was born and raised,
Thank you.
and didn't have to go, you know, from North Carolina to California or something like that,
Right.
you know, because it could have easily been that way. Um, but
Easily.
but thank God it wasn't, because those guys literally, I had to move out of my apartment. I believe at the end of June was when my lease was coming up. I kid you not, Kim. They came and unloaded my entire apartment in about 30 minutes from the third floor.
The
From
whole
the
unit, they came
Yes,
and his wingmen stepped in, cleared his entire apartment out because he was at the end of his lease and had to be out, but yet he was in this motorcycle accident that changed his life forever, and his entire team showed up and supported him. What an honor and a privilege is to be able to even serve with individuals that would care enough about you to show up for you like that. what,
exactly.
what did that do for you? What did
I'll
that
tell you what it did for me. It gave me that little tear. Oh, you get that little heartstring. Oh God, oh, help me.
That's good. That's good.
And no joke, Kim. After they unloaded all that stuff, took it over to my grandmother's house, which is not far away, but they did all of that. Guess what they did next?
What?
They paid me a visit at the hospital in the same day. So I'm getting all these guests. I'm not
They-
supposed to have all these guests in my room. I'm getting all these guests because I guess I'm just favored. You know, the hospital staff was just like, who are all these people? And who are they coming to see? And then they realized they were coming to see me. They were like, what?
Right.
Wait, he can't have. You know what? We'll let it slide this time. Y'all just see if y'all can fit it in the room.
Right, right. But
It was so many
do
of them.
you have a picture of that anywhere?
I don't know. I
Okay.
do not know.
Because I've searched and searched because I've had you on the show before and I cannot find a picture of that. So if
Yeah,
there's ever
no.
a picture that you get, please email it to me because I want it so I can actually share it with people.
I'll be honest, if I do have a picture, it's probably one of those, privately kept, since I was still in the hospital and, things were, as you would say, rough, rough around the edges.
Right. Speaking of rough around the edges, what was the recovery time for you?
Oh my gosh. Now what recovery time are we looking for? Are we looking for complete recovery or are we looking for he's taking steps?
You know what? Whatever, because it's baby steps clearly, and I can't relate to it because I haven't had that experience.
Mhm.
But my heart, I feel like I'm in the story and in the journey with you every time I hear you share it, and it does something. It does something to the inside of my spirit.
Well, for
how
those,
God really blessed you.
Yeah, exactly. For those who can see my background, I do have a drum set behind me. and a piano, but more so the drum set because I've been playing that a whole lot longer, about almost 23 years now, and I play at my church as well. So the main thing I was focused on was getting back to church. I couldn't wait to get back, in praise and worship, and just be a part of my church again, because they were of course a big part of my journey back too. So
Right.
I ended up making it a goal. I set a goal. I said by my birthday of 2017, which is November 22nd.
Okay.
So that's coming up next month. Whoop, whoop,
Yeah,
30.
yeah.
We're
Shout
about
out
to
early
turn
birthday
30.
to
We're about to
Kijuan.
turn 30. Whoop, whoop. But anyway, 2017. So November 22nd. And I told you I had that accident May 5th. My goal was by the end of October. And better yet, even I would give myself up until that day, the 22nd of November, to be back walking without, fully like needing a walker, without needing a support cane. All I wanted to have was my white cane and a sighted guide. That's all I wanted.
Mm.
And that was my goal. And so God saw fit that I would surpass my goal. And I was done with my support cane by like mid-October.
That is amazing.
Man, you telling me.
By mid-October, you were done with your
Yes.
support cane.
Listen, I threw that thing. Chuck it.
And what did the doctor say? Isn't that like an unbelievable turnaround?
They are, all about hey, there's the possibility, I'm like, listen, what's the real timeline? There's a possibility about everything, okay? There's a possibility I might break my nail today, but look, is it really going to happen? So, there's always that piece to it. But for me, it was just, I didn't really care what they said. It was more of a personal goal at that point.
That's so good.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I was about personal gains and things of that nature. So, yeah, that's how it went.
now, how can people stay connected with you, Kijuan?
Well, yeah. So you got my name. Without the Kiwi part, if you put Kijuan Amey, you can definitely find me on Facebook. You can find me at Amy Motivation on Twitter.
Wait, so
And,
Kijuan, what on Facebook?
Kijuan M. My middle initial is M. So Kijuan M Amey
Okay.
on Facebook. And like I said, on Twitter, it's at Amy Motivation. So my last name Motivation altogether. And then for Instagram, it's story_of success. And you know what's kind of crazy? I just thought about this, but my Instagram name, I have never, ever changed it ever since I created my Instagram account. So it's crazy
Wow.
it's crazy that that's my Instagram name.
That is crazy. Everything works out the way it's supposed to. That's why.
Yeah.
So I know let me capture. I see motorcycle accident on May 5th, 2017 that left you blind. That's how Kijuan became blind. But on Facebook, you can follow him with Kijuan M Amey.
Yeah.
And on Instagram, story_of success. And then I know you said Twitter too, but I don't have my I got somebody backstage will have to help me by typing that. All right. So let's see. I want to make sure that we get a chance to hear from each of you. What are some things that you have going on now in your life? And tell everybody about that right when we come back. Is that fair?
Sure.
All right. So we'll go back and we'll hear from Brianna. Brianna, you can tell us some things that you're working on right when we come back from this commercial break. And then we're going to hear from you, Kamille, and then back to you, Kijuan. Listen, everyone, we're talking about blindness awareness this month, and this is the month that is being recognized nationally. I'm grateful when the world recognizes something nationally because it's like, yeah, we're trying to give some credence to it and let you know that it's serious, And so I'm really, even though like somebody one time said with, Black History Month, we're Black all the time. And as far as me being African-American all the time, but I still appreciate the fact that it's being honored and recognized for the month of February. So anyway, we're going to go right now and learn some more about one of our episode sponsors, which is Silver Shield Security. Silver Shield Security is a Black-owned, female business-owned business. They are able to serve, I know, the North Carolina and South Carolina area and maybe some other surrounding areas also. You can call them at 704 440-4688. Their website is silvershield-security.com. And everyone that I've referred to them through the show, our show has referred them. They have been most ecstatic about the service that they're receiving from Silver Shield Security. So right after this commercial break, we're going to hear from Brianna Terry about what she has going on, and we'll be right back.
It's not just another day, it's a brand new day, full of all the fun, love, and laughter you and your family create. Silver Shield Security understands feeling at home means feeling safe and happy. No credit checks, no contracts. We offer payment arrangements, and we'll even give you a free door camera. Find out how we can brighten your day even more at silvershield-security.com. Silver Shield Security.
All right, everyone, and we are back. Brianna, talk to us about some things that you have going on, and also tell people how we can stay connected with you on your journey.
Well, I started a nonprofit organization called Scarred Not Broken, and that's an organization where I help individuals with disabilities live the life they want. And I always say live the life they want because that looks different for everybody. Like, as Kamille and I mentioned, we were born blind, but for some, they just lost sight. Or some, so some have other disabilities. So it's whatever they want to do. Some may want to be independent around the house. Some may want to go into the employment world. So our purpose is just to help them live the life they desire. This month, we actually did a pop-up shop in honor of Blindness Awareness Month. It's called Blindness Awareness Day, just to bring awareness to the organization and also to blindness, because many people don't know about blindness. They only know what they hear and the different myths. And so I just wanted to clear up any misconceptions and bring awareness to it. I'm also working on my Facebook. I hope to be finished with that really soon. My goal was actually this year, but I recently had surgery, so I kind of had a setback there. But I'm still working, so just give me a few more months.
Wow. And how can people get to your website, stay connected with you on Facebook or something?
My Facebook name is just Brianna Terry. You can also follow me on Instagram at Brianna_Lashay, and that's LASHAYE. And then my website is just scarrednotbroken.org. And you can
Brianna_Lashay. I gotta write this stuff down. So let's see. Founder of Scarred Not Broken. Your Facebook is Brianna Terry. And then you said your website is, I'm gonna type that too because I want to make sure we get it. It's BriannaTerry.com.
No, the website is scarrednotbroken.org.
Okay, scarrednotbroken.org. Okay. And then your Instagram is
Brianna_Lashay.
_LASHY. Okay.
No.
I got it all here, right here. And I'm going to pop that up on the screen. Brianna Terry, founder of Scarred Not Broken. Just because you're scarred does not mean that you're broken, according to Brianna Terry. And her Facebook page is Brianna Terry. And also website is scarrednotbroken.org. Her IG on Instagram is Brianna, BRIANNA_Lashay. And so you can stay connected with her all of those ways on social media. And now you have a new book coming out soon. What do you hope people learn from the book that you're writing?
The book is a memoir, and it's just a book about my life, detailing some of the challenges I faced. I hope that people can be encouraged to learn that, as I said, you may be scarred, but you're not broken. And I hope they can see some of the things I've overcome and make them just realize to keep pushing, no matter what. Just keep going for what you want, and always remember to reach for the sun.
Wow, I am so inspired by each of you and the way that you just portray positivity and you want people to get better. So it seems like this is a great message regardless of whether a person has sight or not. It's just don't worry about the scars. Don't be broken. You have scars, but you're going to be able to get through. So these are just general words of encouragement for anyone that's on this journey. And now Kamille, I know Kamille first. Kamille, tell us some things that you currently are working on as well to educate people about blindness?
Well, I recently spoke for a international advertising company.
Back up some from the camera a little
Oh
bit.
gosh,
Okay, good.
I'm just gonna sit back
Because
here
you
like
too
this.
cute. You ain't gonna be. You be like, I know. When your sister Lakila look at, she be like, now why didn't she tell you to?
I know. I'm like, oh my God.
You know she gonna get you.
You know she gonna get me. She
Can
ain't
y'all
gonna
still
get.
see
She
me?
gonna be like, Kim could have told you.
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh my God. Well, the thing is, it's hard for me to hear. I don't know what's going on with my sound, but anyhow.
But you're cute. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So, I did recently speak for an international advertising company, about how to create a more inclusive culture for the blind and visually impaired. And when it comes when it comes to an employment perspective, because again, it's so important. So I do a lot more work around that right now as well. Um, I recently joined the Raleigh Chamber of Commerce, and I'm super excited about that because there's all kinds of connections that can be made, opportunities to just be able to infuse a little bit of my flavor up in there because again, they don't have anybody representing for the disabled entrepreneurs in Raleigh, or maybe they might, but they haven't said anything. So I don't want to say misquote anything, but when I asked, they said no. So that's why I come in.
Well,
So
I'm
really
sure
looking
that you
forward
bring
to
a
being
lot of
involved.
flavor to the
Yes,
Raleigh Chamber of Commerce.
yes, exactly. I had to go ahead and add a little bit of flavor up in there. So, so I really look forward to my work in that organization because, again, there's so much work to be done and it's all for me an opportunity to educate, bring awareness to people. So, that is the most recent things that I have going on right now. But if you would like I said, for me to, again, speak to any of your organizations, or if you would like to, if you know anyone who needs some assistance with their iPhones and iPads or any other smart devices because they are blind or visually impaired, you can feel free to get in contact with me because I do it all. It's very important to to reach out and to just let people know that there is definitely life after blindness, and through using assistive technology you'll be able to gain independence, you'll be able to connect with the world, you'll be able to order you some food, you'll be able to get you a ride, anything you need you'll be able to get just by using these phones and your computer.
I love it. And I think I really love the fact that you're willing to help people that may newly be blind, is what I think I'm hearing you say, that they may have just recently become blind. And so please, everyone, share this with anyone that you know that may have just recently had an experience that left them blind, or they have a child that's blind, or a toddler, or a teenager. Kamille Richardson is willing to work with those individuals to help them utilize the technology that's available to all of us, but to be able to use it in a way that's user friendly for the blind. I think that is
Mhm.
just simply amazing thing to offer to the world. So anybody that you know, don't deprive them of the opportunity to encounter Kamille Richardson. Here's
That
her
is
phone
so
number:
true.
910-273-7244. 910-273-7244. Now, please share this broadcast with CNN and NBC, ABC, CBS, Fox, whatever,
Yes.
and let them know that Kamille Richardson is willing to help any blind individuals across the globe to be able to utilize the technology that's available to them. Thank you so much, Kamille, for that offer. I appreciate it. All right. Kijuan, talk to us and tell us what you have going on, because I know you just recently entered into this new world of, I'm not going to reveal it. You tell
Yeah. Hey, how much time we got left? No, I'm joking. So what you see right now, for those who can see, I have on a Blinded Veterans Association shirt, collar
them.
shirt, because I am the North Carolina Regional Group Blinded Veterans Association's vice president. So I I will have become a part of them. I think that was it. I think it was 2018 is when I joined, and heard about them. Shout out to our president of the North Carolina Regional Group, Mr. Lee Davis. He's a great president, and he is trying to get me to follow his footsteps to become the next president. So, yeah, I'm doing this right now, and the BVA, which also, like I said, the Blind Veterans Association, it was an organization created by veterans for veterans. We were coming back from war and not knowing how to deal with loss of either total sight or partial sight. So they were coming up with different ways different methods of getting doctors and everything just for us to
Wow.
assist us. And the slogan is blinded veterans helping blinded veterans.
I
So
love this.
yeah, so that's what I'm a part of. That's one of the things I'm a part of. Oh, by the way, you guys can catch me in the Raleigh Veterans Day Parade on November the 6th. I will be, I guess you could say, out there supporting the BVA, but more so the North Carolina Regional Group. We will have a vehicle out there to support the Veterans Day Parade. So catch me out there November 6th and feel free to yell out Kiwi. So yeah, so that's one thing that I'm a part of currently. Um, I guess the next down the line would be my motivational speaking, which is also called Amey Motivation. And the slogan for that or tagline for that is overcome your situation. And so
Overcome your situation. If you could type that, Mackenzie, I appreciate it. Overcome your situation.
yes,
It's the
Amey Motivation,
tagline.
overcome your situation. Because, like Brianna said, we're all faced with different situations, different scenarios in life. We might be visually impaired, but what is the degree of your visual impairment? What is the degree of your disability? Different things that are of that nature. So that's why I say overcome your situation. So we do it together, though. I want to motivate you. I want to inspire you. I want to speak life into you. I want to encourage you in any way I possibly can to make sure that you keep stepping forward just the same way that I am. So it's living my life to be an inspiration, but also pushing you to be one as well. And I literally just got back from Tampa, Florida, the 16th of November. Oh no, not over. Excuse me, I'm speeding ahead. The 16th of October.
Yes.
And I went down there for literally like 25 hours for a business trip, basically. I did a motivational speaking engagement at McDill Air Force Base down in Tampa, Florida. Had a great group of airmen there. And they were so involved. They were so, sucked in and drawn in to what I had to say. Then I did a book signing right there after it, which I'm going to get into here in a moment. But did a book signing because they all wanted to, hear more about my story because I was making that connection with them. And then the next morning, Kim, that 16th, I'm up at 6 a.m. headed out to go feed the homeless in Tampa. Yes, blind people can assist in anything. Okay, you
Yes.
just got to point me in the right direction. Look, Kim, tell me to back up front of the camera. No, I'm joking.
No, you good. You good.
So no, I have pictures out there of me assisting in the homeless feeding, and I'm handing out food, handing out water, handing out granola bars, handing out orange juice. It was just amazing to be on the streets with them. I could have easily been hiding behind like a car door or a tenant window or something and saying, you guys go and take this out. But
Right.
no, I was hand delivering this stuff. One-on-one personal contact. Of course, I was master, but I was still there making that human connection with them because they're like I told the guys who were assisting me in this process. I told them, I said, we are going to make human to human interaction. This is not us versus homeless. This is human to human interaction. And that's what we have to look at it as.
That's right.
So there I was again, motivating, inspiring, and it's just natural for me now. But that's another part that I'm doing. And if you want to reach out to me and have me speak at any events you have coming up, just reach out to me at ameymotivation@gmail.com. So and any of my also any of those social media handles that Kim
Say it
typed
one
out.
more time because I want to type it out. I don't have anybody backstage right now. So help me.
Okay, yeah. So it's Amey,
Brilliant.
it's Amey, AMEY, motivation @gmail.com.
AMEY motivation at gmail.com.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to type that right here. Give me 1 second because I want to make sure people get the opportunity to so email them for speaking engagements.
Yeah. And you can also use those social media handles as well.
Amy
So that's fine too.
motivation at gmail.com. Okay, here we go. I'm saving that. So all of the information that is available right here on Kijuan Kiwi Amey. Remember to holla out Kiwi Amey at the Veterans Day Parade, November 6th. When you see him on the float, be like, Kiwi. Okay. So motorcycle accident we know left him blind on May 7th, 2017. But here's his contact information. Kijuan Amey, Amey on Facebook. Instagram is story_of success, which is what his Instagram handler was before he became blind. And his email is, if you're interested in having him speak at different engagements, is Amey, Amey motivation at gmail.com. Amey motivation at gmail.com. So what we're going to do is we're going to hear more from you, Kijuan. I wanted to hear about your book. Tell everybody about your book.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm also an author. I mean, I got a lot of hats that I wear, but I am also an author now to my own book titled "Don't Focus on Why Me: From Motorcycle Accident to Miracle." Of course, the subtitle tells you everything: from motorcycle accident to miracle. But the thing that draws everybody in is the "don't focus on why me" aspect of it. Because
I love it.
Because there's so many reasons you can say why me. So many reasons you could say why me. It doesn't matter what happened to you. I don't care what happened. You can easily point out a why me moment. But can you point out the why not me moment?
Can you point out the why not me moment? That is a good question.
And what I mean by that is, well, why not me? Why? So this happened to me, but I can handle this, and this is showing the why not me aspect of it. Okay, I'm blind now. I mean, I didn't turn on lights to go to the bathroom anyway. So why not me? It's something like that. You can look at those things, and if you are able to come out on the other side and look at it victoriously in a moment, just a moment that just says, okay, I can handle this. I can deal with this. There are ways over this. There are ways around this. There are ways to overcome your situation.
I love it. So all of us have situations, whether we're blind or whether we have sight, we're going to encounter things that we will automatically sometimes feel like, why is this happening to me?
Yeah.
According to Kijuan Kiwi Amey, what he's saying is, don't focus on that. Don't focus on why me, but why not me? Because things happen sometimes. And I have the cover of your book here, and I want to share that. So let me.
Yeah, beautiful. So looking at that cover, what you guys are looking at, for those who can see, I love, to point that out because I cannot. You see the motorcycle. That was actually my motorcycle that I had the accident on. That picture is the picture that I took of my motorcycle. And that background or backdrop, as most will call it, is the lake that I was leaving when I had the accident. I also took that picture. Remember, I told you I was a photographer, and what I did was have my cover designer stitch those pictures together.
Wow.
And that's what they came up with. So I gave them, of course, a little bit of detailed description of what I was thinking of when I came up with the idea, and they did it. They worked with me, no problem whatsoever. And, it was very self-explanatory, very well thought out and laid out, and that's what they came up with. So
that they did a masterful job with this. Don't focus on why me. That's the lake that he was at before when he drove off in that motorcycle right there. He drove off, and that's when he experienced his motorcycle accident on May 5th, 2017. And now has written the book, Don't Focus on Why Me. And this book can actually be purchased where?
It can be purchased on Amazon, Kindle. You got Audible, as well as Apple iBooks is for my VIPs and those who like to travel and listen to books. I do have it in the Audible version or audio version. Gotta include my VIPs.
Excellent, excellent. So make sure you guys get your copy of Kijuan Amey's book and make. Oh, this is my dad. Oh, I just put a picture of my dad up. I had it saved over here.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, Dad. You know what the thing is? My dad, he like, I got something to say. He's a preacher, so he's saying in there just so y'all know with his arms pointed up in the sky. But he recently transitioned home to be with the Lord. And you know, God don't make any mistakes. No, so I'll just say that picture is there for a reason for somebody today. But I was attempting to put up "Don't Focus on Why Me" is the name of the book by Kijuan Amey, From Motorcycle Accident to Miracle. Make sure you get your copy today. All right, so I see a lot of comments that's come into the studio audience, and I want to make sure that we spend some of this time right now just hearing from each of you in the audience. So let me go and read some of these comments. Let me grab my glasses. Gotta do that because I can't.
Get your spectacles.
Yeah, I gotta see what's happening here. All right, so I'm gonna go to someone. I see you, Mom. You said, "Good morning, everyone. I'm in my virtual seat watching the show." That's what my mommy said.
Hey, Mom.
Glad to have you, Mom. And I see some other comments that's come in. Lots of comments here. Let me go. I'm trying to scroll down to get to. You go, girl, Sugar B. Who is Sugar B? Oh, Sugar B, that's you, Bria?
It's got to be Brianna.
Yeah, Sugar B, I'm proud of you. Oh, let me tell you who that was. That was Patrick Terry.
Hey, Terry.
Thank you, Pat. All right. Stephanie says, I've really enjoyed this segment. Stephanie Dixon.
Yeah,
that's my best friend.
Hey,
Stephanie. Thank you for tuning in today and supporting your bestie. All right. Patrick Terry says, Uncle Pat loves you to the moon and back, keeping it just 100 with lots and lots of hugs. He put lots of hugs. Uncle Patrick, make sure you share this broadcast with all of your friends. And just so you all know, this same episode is airing across 8 different platforms. So you can go to our YouTube channel and then get that link and share it everywhere. So you can go into each of these other entities as well. Facebook Live, LinkedIn Live, Twitter, all kind of multiple Facebook pages. But the point is, it's also on our YouTube channel. While you're there, go subscribe and turn that notification bell to all, because then when we go live, you'll be right in the studio audience. Okay. I am going to also make sure you remember November 6th is Kijuan Amey's going to be on the Veterans Day Parade float, and he wants you to yell out "Kiwi" when you see him. All right.
Well, it won't be a float. We'll be in a truck.
A truck. Okay. Well, anybody in the parade, y'all floating down the road.
You have windows down.
You going, Kamille?
Probably so.
What were you saying? I missed what you said. I thought you said something about that.
No, I said they'll have the windows down.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right. Because so technically it's like a float anyway.
Yeah.
Kimberly Fowler said good morning to you all as well. Any other comments? Keep them in and out. Okay, Patrick. Yes, Patrick said that I am so encouraged by all 3 of the inspiring messages. May God bless you all on your journey.
Thank you.
Why not me? Patrick Terry said. Why not me? I love the cover. That cover is simply amazing, is what Patrick said. Yes, Lawanda Terry said, yes, Sugar B, I am so proud of you. You look so beautiful.
This Sugar B.
Yes, you really do look beautiful in that blue. Very nice. All right. So if we were able to give a closing comment, yesterday I asked this on the blindness awareness, on the breast cancer awareness episode, but on the blindness awareness episode today, I would like to hear from you all. What are some things that you think people should not say to people that are blind? Like, so people know, don't say this to us. Anybody?
Do not say.
Or what are things people should say?
I know when you mentioned earlier about, being offended, us not getting offended. The only time I get offended is when people try not to acknowledge that we're blind. You know, like that's when I get offended. Hello, I can't see, so I want you to know this.
Okay, so it's not
don't
offensive.
pull
That's
your
good to
son.
know. That's
But
good. It's
don't
not
pull your
offensive.
son or daughter away when I'm trying to when they actually are curious about it. I'm okay with them learning.
Well, I will say that we speak in the sighted vernacular. And by meaning that we watch TV, we'll see you later, and all that good stuff. We've
Yep.
seen things, even though we haven't. You know what I'm saying? Those are kinds of things that I would say is that don't try to change your wording to try to fit our situation
Right.
because it just gets, it's kind of awkward. So just know that we are, again, speaking in the sighted vernacular, living in this sighted world and living our best life, even though we don't have sight. And just because you may not be blind, everyone is still blinded to something.
Hmm.
So
Watch out now.
just open your eyes and live with vision. Because just because you are not physically blind doesn't mean that you can't live without a vision, or doesn't mean that, you're not blinded to something. And
Mhm.
take those blinders off and live with vision. That's what I say.
That is so good to something. I'm typing what you're saying because it's rare that I have to type my own stuff. So great help is so important. But every once in a while, situations happen and you don't have a choice but to do it yourself if you have to. But Kamille says that blind people still live in a sighted world. Even though you might not be physically blind, you might still be blinded to something.
Mhm.
That right there will preach, Kamille.
Exactly. That's why I
That
said,
will
come
whole
on,
preach a sermon right there because
come
you
on
might have
now.
your eyesight, but you sure act like you got blinders on when you know that you see boo boo over there doing.
Uh-oh.
It's
Uh-oh.
like, did you not see this? Did you not?
Mm-mm.
Turn my glasses. Y'all can't see me, but everybody in the audience can. I got my glasses all turned sideways, like. Now what you talking about, Willis?
Oh, one more other quick thing too, really quick, is that people also associate blindness with darkness and sadness and
Yeah.
depression. But no, we are light. We bring the light into the room, and people are drawn to our light oftentimes. So we reflect that in our actions and our confidence and our boldness.
That's so good. This is some good advice, y'all. So Kathleen said, great stories from all of you. I pray that God blesses you to continually inspire others. And Brianna, did you want to say anything about what people should or shouldn't say?
I was actually gonna say what Kamille said. We do see, like everybody else, it's okay to say, "Did you watch that last night?" But also, don't. One thing I hate is we are not. Our name is not the girl that can't see. Like
Say it again, Brianna. They ain't hear you in the back.
my name. My name is Brianna.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. I love the fact that you said, Brianna said, ask, did you watch that last night? It's okay because they watch TV too, whatever way they watch TV. You don't have to be like trying to figure out the crafty wording and the creative wording to go all around about. If did you see Queen Sugar, or did you watch Queen Sugar, or
I have not seen Queen Sugar. I need to catch up.
Did you listen audio descriptively to
Yeah, you
I
don't
know.
have. Oh my god. Oh, so people would do that, is what you're saying?
Yeah, people do. Well, people will say, "Did you watch?" And they'll be like, "Oh my god, I didn't mean to say that." And you're
Yeah,
like,
they get
"Oh,
so
what?"
Okay,
yeah.
because then they're trying. Well, okay, so I can see why people would be doing that, because it would just be trying to be sensitive and considerate of the fact that you're
Mhm.
saying see, but they're really not. You're not able
Right.
to see it, so they're
Right.
like,
It
well,
really gets awkward.
it's so awesome. Just say, did you see the show, and then let you answer however you want to answer. I
Mhm.
love it.
We
And
won't
so
burst into
somebody else
tears, I
said,
promise.
Stephanie said, yes, sis, bring that light. Yes.
Yeah. I'm the
That's
life of the
Stephanie Dixon.
party.
Yes, that's my bestie. Mm-hmm.
That's your bestie. And Kathleen Eagleton had said, she was the one that's Eagleton said, great stories from all of you. And I pray that God blesses you to continuously inspire others. All right. Wow. I think that, I mean, we got a lot accomplished in an hour. I don't know if there's anything else that anything else that you wanted to, you shared your personal story. We talked about what you should say and shouldn't say, how people can assist you and respect you on your journey. I think y'all kind of dropped some nuggets on that already, and some dreams that you're currently working on yourselves with your foundation, Brianna, Scarred Not Broken, Kamille, with your IC technology, and also being the new flavor to the Raleigh Chamber of Commerce. Kijuan, with your book. Don't focus on why not me is what you gotta. Don't focus on why me. Focus on why not me type of thing. I love it, and your new role as vice president with the veterans organization. So I do want to just acknowledge, since you're talking about veterans too, I do want to acknowledge our episode sponsor, Lamb Funeral. Lamb Funeral Home is based in the Concord, North Carolina area, but the owner is a veteran himself. And when you talk about being able to have the understanding of veteran benefits, if you have a significant other, a family member, a parent that passes that's a veteran, he has over 28 years of experience, him and his staff. They are certified in all 50 states, and they want to serve your family in time of need. Especially with over 700,000 people passing away due to COVID, you need a good funeral home that's going to serve your family properly. 704-782-3011. And Mr. Terry Lamb and his staff will provide you with what to expect, immediate needs, and funeral pre-planning. So give them a call and let them know that the Kim Jacobs Show sent you their way. And our final episode sponsor for today, and we're going to close out here, is definitely not. Oh, I'm going to show you. Is Mr. Attorney Hunter Everidge with Hunter Everidge Law Firm. So we're going to check them out, and then we're going to come back and get prepared to close out today's episode. We started a few minutes behind, so I wanted to make sure I gave everybody a fair chance. All right, let's learn right now from Hunter Everidge Law Firm.
My father had 4 of his fingers amputated in a workplace accident. It was the first injured individual I represented, and I knew I had to win that case. When someone walks into my office and they've been injured, I know what they're going through. If you've been injured at work with Hunter and Everidge. We've got the experience, so let us help you.
All right, everyone, and we're closing out today's episode. Brianna, Kijuan, and we had Kamille on. And I just want to say thank you all for taking the time to be here today to share your personal journey and some words of wisdom for those that are in the general community. So thank you.
You're very, very welcome.
And thank you all for tuning in today, everyone. Tomorrow on Freestyle Friday, we have several experts that's going to come in and talk to us about health and wellness. They're going to be talking about sunshine. They're going to be talking about some events that's coming up to help young people around the world. You name it, it's going down here. We're going to talk about some trending topics, things like I know Alec Baldwin and this situation with Rust and on the set that he was on, all of the stuff that's happening around the world with booster shots, you name it, so much happening. Make sure you're in your virtual seats, and we will see you at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Kijuan, Brianna, and Kamille. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a great day, everybody. See you tomorrow at 11. Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, host of The Kim Jacobs Show, where we're bringing balance to the world, one household at a time. Listen, we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring guests on that talk about their backstories, things that they've had to overcome to become who they are today. Many of them are balancing and juggling life, and they've become experts in different fields. So they're sharing tips with you to make your life just a little bit easier. Many times as a guest in the studio audience, you'll get a chance to walk away with a missing piece of the puzzle that might be missing in your life. Let's go on this journey together, and I look forward to seeing you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on The Kim Jacobs Show.